Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Unity of Command 2 Barbarossa, a new DLC out for Unity of Command 2 on April 21st, I believe, so just a couple of days away. In today's stream, we're going to be playing the Battle of Leningrad, or I guess rather the Leningrad approaches. So we are currently in the middle of the second conference in the invasion of Russia. The first included the initial attacks across the border to Riga, to Minsk, and then into Ukraine. The most recent battles in this campaign have focused on the invasion of Bessarabia. We won the Battle of Smolensk last night, and also the Battle of Pskov in the north. We are now on to the Battle of Lenin, or the Leningrad approaches, leading our way toward Leningrad, although if I'm assuming the way this works, there's a bonus objective that it says if we take it, it'll improve my starting situation in future scenarios in Tallinn. So I'm assuming if we take this, then it may open up an alternate scenario that might let us go for Leningrad rather than besiege it. I'm not sure on that. And then we also still have the Battle of Ukraine in this particular pre-conference phase, which has a secondary objective for Kiev. And again, same story there. If we take Kiev, presumably we'll get some alternate history battles that may allow Army Group North, or sorry, Army Group Center to drive on Moscow. If we don't take Kiev, then I would guess that we will have sort of in the next phase of battles, we'll have Army Group Center turn south to help with Kiev as it historically did. With that being said, we're going to start today with the Battle of Leningrad, or the Leningrad approaches. You can see as Army Group North approaches the Luga River, its forces could no longer keep up the pace of operations maintained since the start of Barbarossa. Soviet counterattacks coupled with an ever-expanding front line, worsening terrain, and logistical issues meant the panzers had to stop and wait for supplies and infantry to catch up. Once they do it, it'll be time to resume the advance in all directions. Army Group North and Panzer Group 4 are on our side in this fight, and it's a 14-turn battle. So let's jump right in and see what we've got in store for us. All right, Leningrad approaches. OKH dispatch. Your front line is stretched considerably since crossing the border, and almost inevitably our advance on Leningrad is stalling. In recognition of this, OKH has released some of our reserves to aid your effort. And make no mistake, you are faced with a myriad of tasks. Firstly, you must clear Estonia of Red Army forces, thus securing our left flank and denying the Soviet their last naval bases in the Baltics besides Leningrad. Secondly, you're to secure our right flank by Lake Ilmen and Kolm. And finally, recommence the advance toward our main goal, Leningrad. So we've got a bunch of objectives in this battle. We've got 5 primary objectives: Kolm, the Starja Narva, Chudovo, and to Leningrad. We have secondary objectives of Novograd, Tallinn, and Luga. We have till turn 5 to take Kolm, 9 for Starja 9 for Narva, 10 for Chudovo, and 11 for Leningrad. The battle is 14 turns long. Secondary objectives of Novograd, Tallinn, and Luga by turns 8 and 11 respectively. So if we take a look here at the front, we can see it's a little bit of a wider map. We don't have a huge number of forces on our side either. We're kind of spread out. You can see Novograd and Chudovo seem to have large Russian forces, as well as Luga have large numbers of Russian forces in front of them, and so that may make taking these objectives more challenging. You can see Luga and Novograd are secondaries, but Chudovo and to Leningrad are obviously the primaries, a little bit further north. We also have to take Narva over here on the left side, and a lot of these objectives are pretty close to the front line, despite not having quite a few turns. So I think this might be a little bit more of a slog of a battle. I'm guessing they're a little bit thinner over toward Kolm. That's why we can get there by turn 5. A lot of wooded terrain as well, not a lot of sort of friendly terrain for panzers. And we'll have to see how that plays out. Before we jump into fighting, however, we do need to go ahead and upgrade some units. Now, some of our divisions have started to become pretty worn down. If you do reinforce units, you can reinforce units between battles by using prestige, but you have to be in range of a headquarters to do that. I don't know, like if I move this over here, it doesn't even matter. I don't want to do that. If I move over here, yeah, it still doesn't matter. So you can see some of our units, like the 36 Infantry Division here, is down to 1 step. This division is a veteran unit, but they've got very few troops left. Most of our tanks are in pretty good shape. I've been pretty careful about not taking too heavy casualties. And then we have some motorized troops over here that are a little bit weaker. Now these guys are a veteran unit with 235 experience, but what I can actually do here is I can go ahead and spend 20 prestige on 1 mechanized step. That'll drop the experience to 215, but as long as they stay above 200, they still rate as a veteran unit. So that's nice. Same for this SS motorized Totenkopf unit here. It's down to 2 steps, but at 265, I can actually give it 3 reinforcements in order to get it back up to 5 while still keeping it as a veteran unit. And then if I want, I can also go ahead and give it a Panzerjäger to give it a little bit more armor on its sort of attack, and spend 35 prestige doing that. You can see we're spending our prestige up here. Meanwhile, this lead division here, the 11th ID, is also a veteran, but they're out of range of the headquarter. I think, you know, there's no real point in holding the headquarter back here, so I think I'm going to swing it over a little bit further north. Swing it back a little bit further to the east, maybe? Where do I want to place this? I want to keep as many of these frontline troops in range of the headquarters as possible. We'll do that. 8th Panzer is an elite unit with only 3 steps left. I think we'll take the hit to drop it down to a veteran just to give it an extra step. Also give it some flak so it's good on the defensive. And then I want to give this 11th ID, it says it's still out of range. I guess it doesn't expand the range till the next turn. Some of these guys are pretty darn good units, and some of them are not as good. And the casualties, I believe the way it works is they carry over battle to battle, so... Or actually, is that why we couldn't do it? Yeah, that was it. We had the wrong headquarters selected. I don't want to spend necessarily all of my prestige. But I spent most of it. No headquarters over here on the left flank. I guess that's fine. Meanwhile, supply situation, how's this look? All right, so let's do this. Actually, let's look at our supply situation. So this one unit here will be out of supply right off the bat. I think that's it. Everybody else is in supply. So I'm going to drop an extra depot here in the north, or expand the size of this depot to get our troops on the left flank up north back in supply. Wish I could give some of these guys some more troops, but alas. If you lose the battle, you have to fight it over, Pog, and you lose score and prestige as you lose fights like that. All right, so that's going to do it for the pre-battle phase. Let's go ahead and jump into the fight. Okay, so we've got a bunch of enemy armor in, like, really difficult terrain. Maybe we can go for Luga and then Novograd. Try and break through in the center, maybe? I'm really not sure. Bring this infantry up here. Narva is an objective. It says we don't have to take it till turn 9, huh? 0-2 in a breach. We drove them back. Trying to get that armor out of the woods, where they're very vulnerable. We could try and drive up toward Leningrad and then swing to the east, and that might let me cut the rail lines to some of these units. The other alternative is to try and flank these boys down here, moving this armor to the east and hitting these guys from the side. But I think I'd rather go for Narva at the moment. Swing this infantry out here. And those guys are going to be out of supply, but whatever. So we're making a play on Narva, which is very infantry heavy, as far as I can tell, with quite a bit of our armor. I haven't fought this battle before, so I'm really not sure what the right approach is. Apparently that infantry doesn't get a set piece attack. Probably because they don't have artillery. Alright, what if we do a bombardment here? Just one suppression, really? Damn. Well, that attack didn't work at all. God damn it, I don't know what to do here. Don't really like taking these casualties for these troops in this tough terrain. I'm not really sure how to break through, to be honest. We could try bombing these guys a little bit. Just instantly losing heavy casualties. Okay. Maybe swing our armor up around here. I really think I need to try and cut them off. I think that's the strategy that's going to work best here. Problem is these guys have like no strength. All right, move these troops in behind the enemy to cut their supplies. So we'll move them across that railway. That'll cut the troops up here from supply. Meanwhile, Tallinn, I'm guessing, is heavily defended. So we're advancing on a wide front down here in the south. I'm just hoping the terrain benefits the defender, but I'm going to move these pioneers up to the left to guard against this motorized unit if it counterattacks. Do I get reinforcements? I do. We get that division and this division, so we get 2 infantry divisions of reinforcements. Okay. I mean, I guess we'll see. I'm curious what they have back here. At least one more infantry division on this bridge. All right. Do I have any cards left? Recon might be useful here. This is the butcher you come to watch. Oh, well, given the way things are starting, it would not surprise me if this turns into very much a butcher's fest. All right, so they're pulling some of that infantry back from my armor. You know, it looks like they're maybe making a move between Sarja and Kolum. Although apparently that armor down there on their front is out of supply. A bunch of their frontline units look like they're out of supply. Granted, several of mine are too, but not really a lot of fighting there. Let's try and bomb these guys because I want to try and get to Kolum. I guess we'll attack these guys. They don't have any specialists. Just gonna lose a whole bunch of men here, aren't I? Do we have any more trucks? No. Need more goddamn supply. I'll take that. Let's stop these guys over here. Move this unit up here. 0 to 2. Drove them back. So drove those mechanized troops back towards Sarja Russia. The Russians apparently don't get any reserves in this battle either, which should help. You know, a lot of our troops up here are out of supply. Throw my depots further forward. Like, there's just no way to break through some of these units. All right, that artillery bombardment helped, although we still ended up taking casualties, damn it. All right, so we just took the enemy headquarters out, which shows us, oh my god, look at all of these troops over here. Kulum is a little bit less defended, but look at everything over here by Sarja Russia. We did cut the rail line here, which may or may not. They've got supply coming on map over here and here, so doesn't really help a whole lot. Screw it, I'll just take the reserves. I'll take no experience with some pioneers and a much bigger division. I'll take it. Alright, we'll hold there. Swing these guys up. Why don't I get an overrun there? I don't get that. I get the overrun there. Alright, so by taking this rail line to the east of Narva, we've now cut off the supply directly to the west. Actually, I think we've cut off, well, not all the supply. They get some supply coming in on this port, I guess, at Tillinen. Two breach, drove them back. Okay, we'll see if we can keep those guys cut off. Some of my troops should stay in supply. And I'll make a drive for Tillinen, because that, if we take Tillinen, they'll have no supply source at all on this left flank. Although, oh my god, look at all these troops. Yeah, it's not looking great here. Like, I don't have a good feel for how bad things are already on turn 2. But it feels bad. This feels like this is going to be tough sledding. The one good thing is if we can stay astride this rail line at Kinslip, then I do think we're going to take at least that objective in the north along the coast here at Narva, because I don't think they're going to be able to get enough depots to push supplies west. Although, of course, now all of my troops here are low on supply. I can airdrop them to one of the units. So we can drop a depot. That's the closest I can get a depot. Then I've got my own supply issues here. High likelihood that these guys get disrupted too. So I'm probably gonna have to pull these guys back. Take this rail line here, though, we can push it up that way. Alright, we'll have to fall back. Do we have any enemy troops at Toledo? I'm guessing there's one unit, yeah. Alright, we'll keep holding there. These guys are going to be out of supply next turn. Hell. Okay. I don't even know what to do. I'm just pretty much at a loss right now. These guys are going to be two out of supply next turn. I need more fucking trucks is what I need. And with the sheer number of enemy troops that are around here, and I'm not going to break through. Try and threaten Sarge or Russia there. These guys at least will be in supply up here. These guys down here are going to be not completely combat ineffective. 3 of the units will still have enough supply to attack, but 2 of them won't. They'll have to fall back. But hopefully we can take Column next turn. Maybe that'll help our supply situation. I don't know. We've got to get up to Ragavri up there in that rail line. But I don't think I can move any of these other guys. I've got till when to take till an turn 11? Still early. We might be able to salvage this. All right, let's see what happens up here. Our tanks are out of supply for 3 turns. They can't even get back into supply, so they're going to be completely attrited. Why can't they cross that damn bridge? Fuck. So these guys are just gonna die. Oh my God. I don't even know what to do here. All right, so I took out these 2 Russian divisions near whatever the name of this town is. We can push supplies forward up on this railway at least. I still have supply. That's what I'm a little confused on. I really need my Army Group Nord. It'd be great if I could just do a fucking airdrop. Oh my God, thank God. We just took the depot at King Siep, and it just saved all of these units up here because we stole the enemy supply from them. Oh boy, that gives us 2 more turns of fighting up here, and these guys are going to all be completely out of supply. That is a game changer. Unfortunately, I already moved these troops. If I'd kept them in their position, it would have been in better shape to exploit that. Why can't we cross this damn bridge? Let's shift this guy over here, move this guy here. So this armor will be poised to attack completely suppressed troops here, hopefully get a couple of overruns. This armor can hopefully swing west and also help. We might even get Narva next turn, which is actually like a turn 9 objective, so that's a little bit ahead of schedule. Let's bomb home. All right, so we just took Colm, which again had another depot, which brought all of these troops who just took it, who were on death's door, back into supply. Send these troops north. So that's good for us, at least for the time being, anyway. And we got it on time. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode of Unity of Command 2 Barbarossa, the new DLC out by the folks who made Unity of Command that takes the campaign to the invasion of Russia in 1941. This is the Battle of the Leningrad approaches, and it's been a tough one so far. Really dug in the Soviet forces. We don't really have great opportunities to break through. There's not really room for blitzkrieg. This has been a really tough battle so far, and I imagine it'll get tougher in our next episode, but that's going to do it for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Until next time, This is the Historical Gamer saying thank you very much for watching, and I'm out.